Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Black Girl Speak Up podcast. It's your host, Jasmine, and we are back. I literally say this every time. We're back for another amazing episode. I say this every time because I mean it. I mean it. Every single guest that I have on, I know them to some degree. And when I tell you the conversation is always amazing, it is. I don't know about y'all, but for me, it's always amazing. Okay. So we are back for another episode. And today's topic, it's going to cause you to think a little bit. Okay. It really is. So today's topic, before I even intro my guest, I'm going to let y'all marinate on this for 2 seconds. What does it take to be you? Okay. A lot of people will see you from the outside and they know where you are right now, but they don't really know what it takes to actually be you. They may have seen how far you've come. They may have seen who you are essentially, but do they know what it actually takes to be you? A lot of people really don't know. They don't know the day-to-day. They don't know the nitty-gritty, okay? So we are going to dive into that, what it took to build, to maintain some of the fabric of who you are right now and the parts that you are made of, even the parts that you thought might break you. Because, baby, listen, I can tell you some things. If you watched last week's episode, then you already know. But I'm just saying, okay? So now, listen. My girl, Shaunci. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey. I don't know why I'm trying to be nervous here.
I don't know.
On your dang on podcast today. Like, why am I nervous? I do not know why.
I don't know why
Get it together.
either.
As we flow and get into the conversation,
because
you know I'm coming.
You know, I know you goofy and like
I'm a professional conversationalist. Like, in my head, I can talk. Baby,
all day.
Okay, all day. But once I get into that camera, the camera looking at me, I'm looking at it, you looking at me, I'm looking at you. I get a little nervous. But I'm here. You know, I got a podcast, so I know how to.
Listen. So, yes, back to that. Like, you have a podcast.
Yes.
And I'm so excited because this is hopefully going to give you the little juice that you need to get back at it.
Get my ass back at it.
Yes.
Get my behind at it, yes.
So tell me a little bit about you, like what you do.
Well, my name is Shaunci, but I go by Shaun J, host Shaun J. It's easier said than done. Just say Shaun, okay?
That's it.
And you know, my podcast really is about motherhood, relationships, controversy, social justice, social injustice,
Yes.
Anything with social media. I do try to stay within my realms of experience and what I've been through, so I don't try to talk about things that I have no clue about.
Right.
Or even try to get other people's input on it, because it's like, girl, what you talking about? Because you don't got nothing to do with it. What you don't have nothing to do with this. So I try to stay within that realm. But my podcast, I have definitely taken a hiatus because as I'm stepping into who I am, I don't want to put that on blast quite yet.
That's so real.
Yes. So it's like, I'm so sacred with her. Like, y'all don't know her yet. So it's like, and I'm still getting to know me. So I have been a little bit isolated lately. So that's why I think I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, when the last time I did a podcast? When the last time I been on video? Like, that's how I kind of be. But Shaunciology is my baby. She's so therapeutic. She gives me the therapy that I need to release. And I don't always post. Just because I record, I don't always post it. But that's what Shaunciology has and continuously been to me, has been just a therapy session for me to release.
I love that. And you know what? I feel like that it ties so well into what we're going to talk about today. It's like having to take that step back because it's like, I've been nurturing me. And sometimes when you're really nurturing yourself and getting her to the where you want her to be,
You get protected.
You get very protected.
Ain't nobody come in.
Listen, like this is not
Hold on,
the
where you
time.
coming from?
Well,
Who you with?
who sent you?
Right.
Who sent
You think
you?
everything is a dang on like setup. You like, because you didn't like me when I was this like this. So why would you want to come now? Like, and that's kind of.
Listen, I understand. Okay, so we're going to start off with a little game. And it is called Nutritional Facts, okay? So, y'all know food always has nutritional facts. It has the whole list of things, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. And aside, my sister told me about this app called Yuka. Baby, that will have you second-guessing everything on the shelf. I was so mad when I went to the store. This, like, things that I would get on a regular basis as snacks. girl, I scanned the Yuka app. It's like terrible, bad. I was like,
my God.
oh, okay, never
And
mind.
then I'll be thinking like those type of apps be trying to stop me from having a good life. So I'm like, do I really want this YouTube app? Like, do I really want to know how bad it is out in this world?
I stopped using it. It is no longer on my phone because these mango slices that I like to get from Publix, I'm going to keep eating them.
Oh my God.
It was like, these have way too much sugar. I will be ignorant. I will pretend like I don't know. But anyways, so this game is called Nutritional Facts. And you in this scenario are the product. So I would like for you to list 4 main characteristics, 2 that are good and they have been good for you, and 2 that have been bad for you over time, because as we know, not all the ingredients are good for us. So to give you some time to think about it. Okay. For me, I think two things that have been good for me is having a good peace, a grounding in peace. Like I will cut anything that is not bringing me peace. It has to go. Yeah. It has to go. And then another thing is I don't know if this is motherhood or having my daughter helps give me that sense of direction and purpose. Not that having her not being a mother before, I did not have a sense of purpose. It just changed. My drive got real intense after having her. I need a different sense of direction. And it made me realize that some of the people that I had in my life, I need to go ahead and cut those people out. So that's the good things. The bad one, grief. Listen, grief has really taken a toll on my overall mental health and well-being over the years, and that's something that I still have to fight through. It just shows up when it wants to. It's just one of them things that kind of lie dormant. It's like a small thing, and sometimes the percentage of it gets larger, and I'll be like, okay, I thought I worked through this. I thought I dealt with this, but clearly clearly it's still there. It kind of hangs around. I don't know if that's the protein.
Do you think that grief is something that can go away, or
it doesn't?
It's something you can manage.
It's something you can manage, and sometimes your ability to manage it does not. It's not as in control as you thought. Sometimes because the way it'll sneak up on you, you'll be having a grand old day, thinking, oh, this is such a beautiful day. The birds are chirping, the bees are flying. And then that's oh, that reminds me of X, Y, and Z time when this was happening. And then it's okay. Yeah. So it brings you back. When you're on a high, sometimes that's when it hits the most. It's it'll bring you back down to
it's very humbling.
Very humbling.
You ain't even got to do all that.
Nobody told you to be like that.
I didn't even need that.
I didn't need that today. Other than that, I think, what's another ingredient? I really feel I had an episode recently and we talked about confidence, but I feel it's not necessarily confidence. It's really self-sabotage that really gets it be getting in the way sometimes, because I be over here or imposter syndrome. Those two, they go hand in hand. They best friends, because the imposter syndrome will have you self-sabotaging. And so those two right there,
not as a good ingredient.
No, because I will be okay, I've been doing this for this amount of time and I don't know if it's helping. I blah, 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 blah. I will talk myself into the circle. And then I'm like, well, what are you doing in this space anyway? Who told you to be in this space? And it's well, I thought that, and then you just go in a spiral. So yeah, I'm still working on those, but
nothing wrong with that.
I'm managing.
For me, I was just talking about this question last night, because I have to digest I have to get through the processes. When it comes down to me, when it comes down to good and bad, it's not necessarily good and bad. It's about controlling it and being able to, like you said, manage it. Yeah. For me, I'm a procrastinator, right? I'm a big procrastinator. But there's times when my procrastination works in my
Girl,
favor because
listen.
I'm also an impulsive person.
Yeah.
So when I procrastinate, it gives me time to process things, to
Yes.
be patient with myself, be patient with others. So the procrastination sometimes comes in a good way, but then there's that times when it's like, Shaunci, if you would have done this 10 seconds ago, because I'll be like working myself up, like I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then by the time I get to it, it's like, girl, you could have did that 5 minutes ago. Why did you do all that?
Why did you wait?
Why did you have to process all of that? So my procrastination would be one, and I would say my sensitivity. I'm a very sensitive person, and being sensitive can easily be looked at as a bad thing because it's like, in this world, what the hell are you sensitive for?
Yeah.
But my sensitivity allows me to be vulnerable. It allows me to empathize, be a trainer, teach others, learn from others, be open. But my sensitivity also causes mood swings. It causes me to be anxious. It causes me to think everybody's against me and be on the self-defense and be protective.
Girl.
So it's like me trying to find a balance within myself and saying, okay, it's okay to be sensitive, but it's not okay to be thinking everybody's against you.
Right.
Or think that you're about to be attacked because things are too good to be true. So there's that. And then there is I would say this is a good thing, my openness.
Yes.
I do think that I'm like, this is how I phrase myself. You said 4, but I gave myself 3. So what I said was I was 70% sensitive. I would even give myself 60. I'll say 60 because lately I've been on my thug shit. I've been so I would say 60% at least sensitive, and then like about 30% where I'm logical. I have discernment. I'm ready to like reach out to people and really just push my emotions to the side, do what I have to do, get on the straight and narrow, be focused. And then there's that 10%. And that 10% I believe is more about being open, like being open to friendships, being open to my relationship that I'm in and not thinking the worst. Cause he's like a person that would be like, girl, you just came up with this. And I'm like, no. And so, me having that openness allows for me to stop procrastinating, not look at things like, oh, you coming for me or I'm coming against you or whatever. It allows me to really like get into like who I want to be. Cause like I'm only, and that 10% is, you probably think it's, that's little, girl. Like but that's a lot.
No,
it
can be a lot. It can be a lot.
That's a lot to me, to be so open to different people coming into my life, like allowing different things coming into my life, and me loving, just sitting there in that little space. But and even I would say, like, if I had to just lower my thing, I would even say that I'm a loner as well. Girl. Which can also be a good and bad thing, too.
It can be a good and bad thing. Because, baby, I can be at peace by myself.
And it's the longer and older I get with it, I'm like, it's getting worse. I got to get around people. I got to go be around my family. I got to go call somebody because, like, it gets real bad.
Literally.
Sometimes. Yeah.
I literally be like, I have not talked to people outside of work. Thankfully, like, I live with my sisters right now, so it's like I have to talk to people when I get home. Yeah. But other than my child,
lonesome, honey.
Listen, I don't have to talk to nobody. I can't tell you the last time I would I would go periods of time without even calling my friends. And it's not like I don't think about them, but I just be real good not talking to nobody.
I mean, is there anything wrong with that? I mean, it is in a way. It could be.
Listen, if I talk to another loner gonna be like, sound good to me,
right? I don't see the problem. Yeah.
That is too funny. So, why have those things been good for you? Like the things that you mentioned, like the empathy. I feel like having that is good. Being a loner, I can't say whether that's good or bad. It's somewhere medium, somewhere in the middle of that. But why have those things been good to you? Like having the openness, like what has that done for you in the past? Like, let's just say last year, especially with the changes that you've been making, why has that been good for you?
I feel like last year 2025 was my year of no. Like, if you invite me, the answer is no. I don't want to be invited. I don't want to go. And it wasn't that I just had my whole world, like I was just the whole world, but I just felt like I needed to focus on like the things that I was trying to do. Like what was in my face right now. I just didn't want the outside world in my world, so I needed to manage that, find a balance, find a good way to get there. But my loneliness, because I have to say loneliness, it does catch up to me. And so it helps me be able to find out who I am, find out where I'm trying to go, find a path, be clear my expectations and my intentions, because that's the thing. I have to be intentional. If I allow myself to just sit back and relax, I can go anywhere. I can go to like depression. I could be sad. I can soak. I can just make up scenarios in my head. So I have to be intentional. So what that loneliness and lonesome did for me, at least for that year, is allow me to be intentional on what I want. Like, what do you need from yourself? What do you need from others? And just be able to like deviate who's supposed to be in my life. Have some discernment. That's my problem. It's like I've had friendships and relationships that just, I'm looking back and I'm like,
why?
It just didn't make sense. Like, what was your problem, sis? And so now it's just making sure that I'm in the moment, because that's another thing too. Being in your head so much, you don't tend to be in the moment. So when you're lonely and you're lonesome by yourself, it gives you the opportunity to actually experience what you're feeling, what you're doing. Yes. That's another thing I was not doing. Like, I was going to the gym and I would just be like in the gym, listening to my music, trying to hurry up and get home. But now I'm at the gym and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this. Go around this gym part and I'm going to do a little bit of cardio. Like, everything is intentional because I want to show up for myself. I want to be present for myself. So the loneliness came in a good way. I mean, of course, I was lonely and I was one of my friends. But at the same time, like, but it's also letting me get to know me. I know what I like, what I don't like.
And that's something that's so important. I feel like like you said, you were rushing through it before, but now you're being very intentional. And changing that mindset can shift so much in your life. Girl, when I tell you, I literally right now, I go to the gym during my lunch break at work.
You dedicated. I love that for you.
When I tell you before, and this is how like shifting that, before when I was a freelance and I was just going whenever, I would be in there for over an hour and I would get stuff done. But now having literally 1 hour, and that 1 hour of lunch is me getting to the gym, which is a few minutes away, getting in, putting my stuff in the locker, going to do maybe 25-30 minutes of like solid, like get it done, right? Then I got to shower and I got to get back to work. Yeah. Doing that shifted my whole mindset. It's like, you don't have to be in here. People be in the gym for hours and hours and like, you don't have to, you just have to be very intentional about that time.
Know what you're going in there for, what you're going there to do, what you're trying to focus on. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with going to the gym and having a little fun.
Listen,
and working out.
Absolutely.
Like absolutely. With that hour lunch, baby, let's get in there and
get it done. Listen.
But doesn't it allow you to have somewhat of a clear mind too, though? Because like when you plan out your day, or it don't have to go to the exact, but when you plan out your day, or you're intentional about how you want your day to look. I want to be happy. I want to blast my gospel music. I'm going to start my day off with my gospel music. Get it all the way in there. Then in the middle of the day, I'm going to get my crunk on, get a little hip-hop up in there. I know I ain't bring crunk back. But I did. But I'm going to get up in there, and I'm going to make my day the way I want my day. And that's how I think that, not even think, I know that I was able to do, because I had no outside people in my ear like, and I'm like, you know what? Good morning. I'm going to watch my crime series before I start work. I'm going to take me a shower, start work, listen to my gospel while I work. Like, everything is like, and it helps you focus for sure.
I completely agree with that. Have you noticed your own growth over that time? Like really, because we go through it and it's like, okay, have you sat in it and like noticed and paid attention? Yes,
it's scary a little bit, because I don't, again, like I said in the beginning before we even started recording, I'm still learning me. So just to give a little background, December 9th, 2025, I got my breast reduction, something I wanted since Teen Booba's got years. Okay, I wanted this. If you heard, my name is Shaunci. I'm a Scorpio, and my birthday November 17th, and I want a breast reduction. That was literally my intro. Like, I don't know like how to, like, that was always my end goal, right?
Yeah.
So when I finally reached that goal, it was like, what now? And I was like, and I had to keep telling God, don't get me wrong, God, I appreciate it. I love that you gave me this. But what I felt like God wanted me to do is not just appreciate the breast reduction, but actually be like, like mold myself into the woman I want to be, because I kept holding back. I kept saying, when I get a brush reduction, I'll start video recording. When I get a brush reduction, I'll record more, video record more. When I get a brush reduction, I'll wear these type of clothes. When I get it was like everything was like, I do
Waiting
this, I
on
do that. Waiting. And God was like, you're still sitting here and you got a brush reduction. Like, what else do you want, girl? So this right here today was intentional. I had to show up today, like, because I had to be on your camera with this brush reduction, and I had to be like in the moment within myself, like being proud of myself, looking at the camera like,
I look good.
Period. You know, that girl with the brush reduction, well, you know, the big breast before would have been like, can we do it without the camera? Like, do you really need to be on video? So again, like, yes, these things help me, and I'm seeing the growth, but it's also very scary because I'm 36, I'm 37. So 37 years of being a depressing girl, being a girl who was just like, just in case, or when I get my brush reduction, or when this happens for me, never, ever living in the moment.
Wow.
Now I'm like, it's time, girl. It's time. Like, because this brush reduction, you know, it's happening now. Like, who knows, my breast won't get bigger again. You know, I don't know.
Because, baby,
so
the body does what it wants to do, I swear.
Yeah, so I think my my growth is scary, but it's beautiful to see. It's like I can be in the mirror naked, girl, like full blown naked. I walk around, you know, and
feel very comfortable in yourself,
confident, like
yeah.
And that's like, girl,
that is scary.
I would run from that mirror, girl. No, now I got mirrors everywhere. Like, I'm purposely putting myself in front of mirrors, and so yes, I see my growth. Obviously, there's no denying that. But within that growth, I'm still figuring it out. Like, who do I want to be? But one thing I will say is that no matter who and what I decide to be, I have to be unapologetic about it.
Absolutely.
That sucks. It sucks to me. What? Like, because one of the things that I had an issue with is validation. I needed validation. And not from outside world, but from the people that are so close to me. Parents, spouse, sure. Brother, sister, everybody in my life. When I got that breast reduction, they were all like, oh, okay. And they didn't know how big this was for me. Like, they didn't understand. So again, that growth, I had to come back to myself and say, no, girl, this is what you wanted. This is all for you.
Yeah. They don't have to even agree. They don't have to do anything, because that wasn't for them. It was for you.
And that growth, again, that's so scary. That's like, now you have to step out of the realm of everybody loving on you or giving you the encouragement to do stuff. You have to now do this solely for you and pretend like their validation don't exist. Do you know how scary that is?
Girl. Because at the end of the day, especially for the people that are closest to you, those are the people that you want to see you fully.
See me.
And know, like, this was a big deal for me. And for it to kind of be like, okay.
Yeah. This is not something Shaunci just did. Like, she always do stuff like this. I'm like, no, I never did.
How many surgeries have I had in my life?
We should have, like, a celebration. We should be cooking a barbecue right now. But nah, they was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh.
Oh, well. About that.
All right, okay. See you at the cookout then, I guess.
Jeez, people. Come on, girl. Because when you know what it takes to make that type of adjustment to your body, because you have to have the drains, you have to do all, like,
the drains were so aggravating.
Listen,
I'll give you something. I talk all day about them drains. I was like so happy they put them drains up out of me.
I bet. I have seen it on people, and I'm like, I know it's a process. So you want somebody to be like, I see what you did, and I see. But now it's like, you know what? Y'all did not respond the way I thought that you would. That's okay. What I'm gonna do now is show it for myself.
Yeah.
And that is essentially where you are. Which is, I know it's scary.
It's scary, but I
know it's scary.
It's gonna be something to tell, baby, when I start potting again.
Now, in lieu of that, who is part of your community that, like, sees you, and that have supported you, and, like, have they supported you? Do you have anybody in that sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would lose my mind if I had them.
Right.
I am not as independent and strong as I thought I was, girl. Please know your Texas. I don't want to be independent no more. But
I do not want to be head of household.
Right. I don't want to do this no more. But my spouse is my rock, baby. Okay. When I first met him, it was like, I'm having gastric sleeve. So I pretty much told him, like, listen, I don't want you to come into this thinking like you're gonna get this big girl, this is who you're gonna get. Like, I have some things I'm trying to do. So honestly, I just felt it was important for me to be honest with him. He was like, okay, well, I'm in my journey of weight loss as well. So instead of him just watching me, he was like, come on, let's go do this. Yeah. So we went to the gym together. He actually had an anxiety attack. A panic attack. My brother actually explained it to me because I did not know what it was. But we was laughing about something in the car. I was right about to go to the gym. And he said, I was like telling him, like, I'm so nervous to go to the gym. They're going to be looking at me. Now, mind you, we had been to the gym like months back to back. But this particular day, it was hitting me.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. We was having a good time. And he started recording because he was like, girl, you was like really laughing, cackling. I was like, ah. Girl, I started crying. I was like, they're going to see me. They're going to look at me. They're going to be watching me. And I started sobbing. I'm talking about this man was like.
That's like a complete turn.
It was terrifying. Like, it was for the first time I was like, because when it comes down, I'm a middle child, right? So my spouse noticed little tiny things about me. Like, when we all in a group, he would be like, you okay? And I'd be like, oh, and I'd be zoned out, right?
Yeah.
So that right there, I knew he was my one. And when it came down to my breast reduction, when I didn't get the validation that I needed, he was like, listen, no. You did this for you. He was the one that was reaching out to my family when they saw that it was hurting me, because he was like seeing how much I was crying. He has been truly my rock. Like, if I did not have him, not granted, I still would have got a breast reduction. I still would have got my gastric sleeve, but it would have been a
different experience.
It definitely would have been a different experience because even the parts of groups that I was in to kind of before I got the surgeries, it was like they were depressing. They were like almost about to make me not get no surgery. They was like, they don't think about the hormones and but then when you have somebody that's next to you and they're like body dysmorphia was a thing, was a big thing, and he was just like feeding me and pouring into me and reminding me while I was doing it, like, you did this for you. You wanted this since you was 16. It don't care if they don't want it. Like, they don't care. So
they don't gotta understand.
He was he has and always will be my rock when it came down to this. To all my transitional phases, because I went through like different transitional phases with him, and we've only been together 4 years, so pray for him for sure. For sure,
you the one.
Right, you did it, man. Thank you. But yeah, for sure, I had that community.
I'm so glad, and because what I'm seeing, the more conversation that I'm having on this podcast with other women, I'm seeing how your circle and your community can make or break your situation. That's one. Yes, you have the ability, like you said, I was going to get it either way. Right. But yes, we have that ability to reside within ourselves and be able to provide our own sense of calm. But a lot of the times, us making it fully, mentally making it out of that situation is going to be dependent on the people that we have around us. Absolutely. And I'm seeing how some of us don't have the community that we thought. Yeah. The people that you can go and hang out with and they see you on one level in one way, and we can go hang out, we can go eat, we can go do this, that, and the third. But when I'm talking about something that is going to help my mental health, that's going to help me foundationally, and they don't understand it, or they don't, that like, why are you doing that? Try to understand it. That makes you be like, what have we been doing all these years? Like, I literally had a guest on, and she going through something medically, and to where it's been years of her trying to figure out, like, get to a diagnosis of something, right? And she was scared to even share it with her circle because she was afraid of them not seeing her as the hype girl, right? Yeah. Everybody's okay when you're the hype girl for them. When you're the hype girl, you're always the one. We can go travel, we can go out to eat, we can go to the club. Yep. But when I physically can't do that anymore, and I can't be the hype girl for you anymore, I actually need somebody to be the hype girl for me. Because I'm going through something and they don't understand it, or they don't try to, like, girl, you're fine. Like, no, like, me calling out last minute is not because I don't want to hang out with you. It's because I physically can't get out of bed, or like there's something wrong. And I'm grateful that in that moment you had, especially with like years of preparation. Yeah. years. This is, like you said, you've been thinking about this since you was 16.
Yes.
There's part of your makeup that's like, no, this is going to happen.
Right.
I need this to happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that he was there. What did you have to let go of so that you could achieve some of the person you are trying to become?
I had to really stop asking for my family to accept my situation, like every little change. Don't get me wrong, I love my siblings, I love my mom, and I know that, like, I talk about this all the time. Like, I never thought about the pressures that I put on them, expecting them to, like, really, like, be at my beck and call. Not necessarily beck and call, but, like, they were, like, a really big support system. My siblings, like, my brother and my sister, they're very strong individuals, right?
Yeah.
And so I take off from them. I see their strengths, and I'm like, well, I need to take a little bit from them and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But the actuality, the thing about it is like, sometimes that's not who they are or they can be for me. Like, and so the older I got, I didn't realize how much I sought out validation from my sibling, my mother's, until I got into this serious relationship, because it was like, I no longer needed them as much. And it was like, where are they? And so even they started seeing my change. They were like, but don't get me wrong, again, like, I love my sibling, I love my family, but I didn't realize how much pressure I was putting on them, how much I was needing them so much, and that sometimes they couldn't show up for me, and that's okay. Like, and so that is something that I have, and I'm still doing, is like telling myself, I don't need them to push forward. If I want to make a decision, as long as it don't affect my family in the house, I can do that. I can trust myself to say, and it be something so small, girl, like, oh, let me call them and see if I should, cuss this person out because they just said something crazy to me on social media, like, and they'll be like, because I had my go-to. My brother, he was the one that would give me a perspective, an open perspective, and while my sister would be like, well, who said it? What's that? And then my mama, she'd be like, did you want me to say anything now? And I'm like, okay, go ahead, give me advice. So, and they were like my community for so long. Like, I don't need y'all. I got my brother and sister. I don't need y'all. I got my mama. But now it's like, I love y'all, but y'all are no longer my immediate family now. Like, I created a family. I have I have 2 whole kids, like, so it's time for me to step out into the woman I want to be. And that's that girl. Like, I literally have a series coming out called That Girl Series, where it's introducing the woman, not just who I'm trying to be, but who I am. Because, like, honestly, she's in there.
Yes.
She just need to come out.
Yeah.
So for me, that was something I had. I'm gonna probably talk about validation a lot, because when you change and when you transition into something, you kind of need somebody to come in your ear and be like, it's okay, you're doing good, you're doing good. Yeah. And my love language is always acts of service, or like
words of affirmation.
Not even words. Words of affirmation just came about. Really? And it's the weirdest thing for me to need you to tell.
Totally. I like, with wanting validation, I would have thought for sure words of affirmation.
Well, yeah, I guess words of affirmation, I guess from my spouse, because most of the time I need acts of service from my spouse, but that came from just a whole bunch of childhood trauma. But I guess in a way, words of affirmation I did need that from my family. Now that you say that, I did need that from them, because they were all in different areas. But yes, like, when it comes down to, like, the woman that I'm trying to be, I have to peel back layers of, like, the things that I thought were right. Like, I'm going to tell you something I always tell my spouses. My last relationship was the biggest reflection of, like, it put a mirror to my face, and it was like, listen, you need to literally look at at yourself. And I was like, look, or, and it was like, yeah, baby, you need to look. So that took me to isolate myself. That took me to stop answering my phone so much, not to reach out, pick up my phone and text, not always be active in the group chat, family group chat. I had to be lonely. I had to know how it felt to be dating me, love me, like, be excited about me. And granted, I still have my spouse, but again, like I told him, me developing and getting better is gonna pour into that relationship. It's gonna be so much better.
Absolutely.
You'll be like, damn, I like this new girl. So for me, that took a lot of, like, isolation. It took for me to just step back and, like, not go back to my family as much as I did. And that was hard. But it's honestly been better.
Yeah, but honestly, it's necessary, because at some point, like you said, you had to create your own, like, this is your whole immediate family over here now.
Yeah.
So you have to learn at some point how to not rely on those other family members because they have their individual lives.
Yeah, every last one of them.
And every last one of them
Living their lives.
And it's like I would love if I could just always have them to call, but it's like I can't always depend on them. I have to figure this out for myself. I have to.
Yeah.
So looking to the future, because
I'm looking.
we got like that girl coming out. We got the podcast gonna be relaunched. We got all the things about to happen. So what are parts of you that you want to maintain, improve, and possibly let go of so that you can get to the next level of who you want to be?
I want to let go of fear. I definitely want to be a little bit less, like, I want to be a little bit more fearless. I feel like I hold my own self back from just the thought process alone. Like, I could make up 1,000 scenarios, and then it's like, girl, you know, and so
like,
it's like, really, and I really want to put myself out there. Like, I really want this. I want a friendship that I've never had before, and I realized that a lot of my friendships were not necessarily one-sided, but like they didn't put in a lot. They didn't pour into me as much as I poured into them. Let me just say that. So that would mean that in order for me to get the type of friendship that I have, I would need to be a friend to myself. I would need to be able to deal with me by myself and my own thoughts and my own moments. So that takes a lot. Because, I mean, like, myself can be a lot. You know, like, I'm like, let me find me a friend so my friend can, you know, balance me, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like where the woman I want to be is, I want to be fearless. I want to be seen by the people that are supposed to see me. Yeah. I want to walk in rooms that even if that room is not my room, I'm still comfortable in it.
Yeah.
I can walk in and out of a room without feeling like, dang, I wish I would have did this. Or, you know, I just want to be in the moment. That's another thing. I want to get out of my own way. And I just want to be like a bomb-ass woman. Like, I really just, and that don't even matter like where that is. Like, I have to be in corporate. I could be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I just want to be proud of me. Like, there's something in me that always wanted everybody around me to be proud of me. But me and my proudness gotta be number one.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things that I really want to do. And I also want to be a little bit, you know, a fashionista.
I see it.
Because honestly, let me tell you something. I will slap on some tights and a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, that was my thing. But then as I started to, like, lose weight and get into, like, you know, having my breast reduction and everything, now I'm like, I really want to get into some fashion. I want to try makeup.
Yes.
I want to be a girly girl. You know, like, I wasn't a tomboy, but I was not like a girl's girl. Like, and I want to be a girl's girl. I want to see my women and be like, no, don't treat her like that. You know? And, you know, get, you know, that's another thing too that I do with even anybody that I work with. It's always about changing their minds. You know, so for me, I feel like if I change how I see myself, I see how I see the world, wake up every morning with like, you know what? I'm gonna have a good day today.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna soak and then like I'm not gonna be that depressing girl. I wanna be, it's just, I can just go on and on. Like, it's so many things that I wanna be and try and feel other than the negative, depressing things that I felt growing up. Like, and I can't even say that I wanna be happy because I feel like happiness is something that it's a process. Every day you have to choose happiness. You have to put yourself in positions to be happy. But I wanna be at peace.
That right there?
That piece right there. And I'm talking about, and I want to be at peace with people in my life. Like, I don't want to be peace and lonely. Like, because I feel like that's the only way I'm going to be. Peace. By my dang old self. If these people in this world won't let me be great.
That's too funny. But yes, I completely agree. Like, once you start making that shift for yourself, it's like, I want to love me and be proud of me and be able to sit with me and be like,
you did that. Like, look at your old pictures. You like, I don't even know who this girl is.
Listen.
That's how I be. I be like, who is that? Like, and I don't know. There's this giddiness, this excitement for the future because
I love it.
I don't know. I can still say I'm a little still Shaunci, the old Shaunci. There's still me in there tugging, but there is this new venture. This like,
it's like calling you.
It's calling, and
yes.
I'm man, don't worry, I'm coming.
I'm gonna be there.
I know it's there. Like, there is an excitement about my future right now.
I love that.
You can't convince me that this is it for me.
I love it.
Not with me tackling all these goals.
Listen, no. This is just the beginning, baby. This is just the beginning. So we gonna circle back to Shaunciology because you like you said, you coming back.
I'm coming back. I'm gonna come back.
So, what made you create Shaunciology, your podcast, and what we got next?
Shaunciology came bored. I was bored picking up my son. I used to go to school. I worked at Jones High School as a mentor, so I would get out of school early at the high school and then go wait for my son for like an hour and a half. And I would be bored. So I'd be like talking like, let me tell y'all what happened at school today. And I'd just be talking. And I remember one day my mama was watching it and she was like, oh Lord, here go another Shaunciology. And I was like, ooh,
That sounds good. Hold up.
and so then I had a friend who started the podcast. And so he was like, I really want you on the podcast. I was like, all right. My first podcast, I kind of embarrassed him a little bit, and I felt so bad, but, like, I got so much love from it. It was like, oh, I love her. And I was like, okay, wait, let me find out I can talk. So Shaunciology came about simply because, like, I was just really interested, like, in just talking. I like to talk. I like to talk about, like, whatever's going on, whatever I can, like, really relate to. I'm like, and I get in there and be passionate. I'll be like, I can't believe he did this and da-da-da-da-da. And so that trickled down to just being like, all right, I want to talk about this today. And it became so therapeutic that it sucks because I haven't done it in a while, but it became therapeutic for me. And sometimes I wouldn't even like post the videos. I just needed to release. Like I'm a venter too. So like those type of things allow me to like vent and get it all out.
Yes.
But when it comes down to being intentional now, and coming out with Shaunciology. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't saying that Shaunciology was all over the place because it definitely had its themes and its topics. But I want Shaunciology to now showcase my development. Because one thing I do have an issue with is showing people who I am while I'm in it. I will show you who I am when I finish.
After, yes.
Because you're not going to stick your little advice and little things in my head. Because I can get easily deterred.
Like swayed.
And I'll be like, maybe they right. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way, And so at that point, it just causes me to be like, I'll be back. I'll tell y'all when I get back. And that's that. But now I really want y'all to see me. I really want to allow people to see me. And I've been on many, many a podcast, and people are very vulnerable on their podcast. And I'm like, I couldn't have told them that, y'all ain't gonna lie. I would have said that to the grass, But that's so unfair to my followers. It's so unfair to anybody who listens. It don't matter if it's two to three people that listen or 200 people that listen. It's so unfair because my guests come on and they
share
cry themselves to me. Like I've had people cry, and I'm like, oh shoot, and I'm over here like,
it could be me,
right? Like I don't know about y'all. And so, being on this episode right now is a reflection of like how important it is to put yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I wanna be a girl's girl, and I wanna step into like the woman I wanna be. So that means putting myself out there. That means being vulnerable. That means showing you the person I am right now and to who I'm trying to be, so that you can relate to who I am. Because I can't come and tell y'all all the stories. You might say, "Girl, you lying? I don't see that thing," and I'll be like, "Nah, look, I did." So I guess Shaunciology is coming back.
She is.
Because Black Girl Speak Up just told me Shaunciology is coming back.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is.
I'm ready to speak up for my girls. I'm
Listen.
ready. Jazz, you did this. You did this. You showed up for you today. You told me I need to step my...
Go ahead and do it. So what I'm hearing is, one, you're coming back. Mm-hmm. Yes. And we're going to be more transparent.
On these video cameras, too. I'm
yes.
going to get on this camera.
Listen, as you should. Because that's going to show, one, it's going to help you see yourself.
Right.
Because one of the things with me starting this podcast was like, okay, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do it. Like,
and you do.
And I was like from the beginning, and I had another, it was called something else when I first started. It was Open Jar Podcast, because that was like, I'm Jar. My initials are JAR. So I was like, I'm Open Jar. But I was like, in the transition, somebody was like, I see you doing X, Y, and Z, and this is the name. And I was like, girl. I was like, okay, I'm going to take
Why did I not like, why do I love Open Jar, though?
I loved it, too. I loved Open Jar. But I was like, there's something bigger. Mm-hmm. There's something bigger. And I only say something bigger. And I'm going to let y'all in my business a little bit, okay? So something bigger, because One of the things that I realized in this whole thing, this is me talking to you, like for real, because you have your people that you're supposed to be speaking to.
Right.
You have your audience that, yeah, for you, it might seem like you're just rambling, like you're just venting, but somebody's listening and they're taking something from what you're saying. That's why people feel comfortable coming on your podcast and spilling and just pouring themselves out. One of the things that happened, like right when I was getting ready to transition the name, was like people started asking me to be like what's it called? A life coach. And I was like, girl, I don't got my license for this. I started being requested. And then since then, there have been women that have reached out to me to talk to them. And they're like, I just need somebody to talk to. And I'm like, okay. To this day, when I tell you literally last weekend, somebody was like, Jasmine, I need to run something by you. Do you have some time? We was on the phone almost an hour. And I was like, okay.
And I honestly can see life coach. I can see that.
So I'm like, I don't like it's not like I have sought it out.
It's been
called upon. And so when you realize like there's something in you, this whole transition that you're going, as you start sharing it, it's gonna reach the people that it needs to be reached. It's
absolutely,
it really is.
And I love that you're saying that to me, because I need to hear that, because I have a problem with putting myself out there in the moment. But there's plenty of people that's probably like the same way, like to be like, heck yeah, and then I'm be that one person to say, well, here it is, and they can relate. But let me tell you something: do not get rid of open jar. Even if you put it in a segment for Black Girls Speak Up, where you just say open jar and you say something like that, that shares something from you, I think open jar would be a perfect segment.
I love that.
I love that for you, because I'm like, girl, I mean, Black Girls Speak Up, open jar. No, but I love Black Girls Speak Up, because again, like, my goal is to reach women, young women especially.
Yeah.
Youth. I always said that, because I wanted to be a teacher at one point, but I realized that's not for me. But guidance counselor is something that I want. And I felt like in school, a lot of times your self-esteem is literally the biggest issue with grades and finding friends.
Literally.
And that's one of the things I grew up with, was the lowest self-esteem ever. So I always wanted and always tried to build women, especially, to build them up. Like, my goal is to never make you feel less than. I don't have to care for you, and I don't have to like for your personality, but I want you to know, if one woman loves you, that's enough. That's enough. I stand 10 toes by my women.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like, my boyfriend love to even try to ease, and I might be on the other side. I'll be like, I don't care.
Girl,
we gonna get a lot of stuff in this world, so what's up? And he be like, my Lord, he know I don't play by black, especially black women.
I'm like,
he can't even make a joke. I be like,
no,
you don't like us, do you? He be like, oh my God. So yeah, I love this Black Girls Speak Up, because one thing I love the fact that I feel seen, even in this episode right now. It's like, girl, yeah, you ain't got your podcast out, but you gonna bring it out, right? And I'm like,
yes, you are. Yes, and we gonna redo that episode. Yeah, and you gonna put it out.
Absolutely, you gotta do that episode.
Because girl, when I tell you I'm so much more open now.
Oh yeah.
Oh girl, stuff I wasn't gonna say back then, because I was
so much.
I was still in the thick of it when we did that episode.
Custody situation, yeah.
Oh, we're on the other side, baby.
Let's do it.
So much we can talk about, girl. So
ours might be an hour and a half, but let's not talk about it. Listen, until it's time for us to sit down.
Listen, girl, this has been great.
Thank you for
this has been so good.
This is our first podcast in 2026 on video.
Period. And I'm so glad. I cannot wait until Shaunciology is back out and you talking to this people.
And until then, you have TikTok, where Florida Girl Get Your Shit.
Listen,
always out there.
Tell the people where they can find you on every platform.
Okay, well, I probably need to make them all the same name. But my TikTok is ShaunJ88. That's where like a lot of my like controversial whatever like is going on in the social world. That's a lot of times where you can find my juicy stuff. Right, Florida Girl Get Your Shit. Let's get it. Then I have my Instagram. That's Shaunciology. I have my thread, Shaunciology, and my Facebook, Shaunci Johnson. You ain't gotta follow me there. I'm very picky about Facebook. Right. But anything other than that, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, follow your girl, because I am gonna come back. Black Girls Speak Up has motivated me to get back into Shaunciology and speak up for my girls.
I love it. Yay! Listen, it's been another great episode here at the Black Girls Speak Up podcast. Listen, I keep telling y'all, another great episode, another one. I will see y'all next week for another episode of the Black Girl Speak Up podcast. Until then, I will find y'all on social media. Follow me, TikTok, Instagram. That's it.
Not too much.
Not too much. But that's it. I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye.